Okay, trip down memory lane here. We're in Coppercliff. They like to call it Little Italy. Here you can see the super stack. Oops. This is extra parking for the Italian club right beside the acid plant. Here's the Italian club. No longer active. The Italian ladies, they used to have spaghetti and meatballs. You could come buy yourself a little container. Actually, it was quite a bit. And then, of course, right beside the Italian club, Mamere Topazzini lived upstairs here. You go up these stairs, and then there's another 16 more to the right, straight up. She's up on the second floor. And then, we're on Basilo Street. You can see how the houses were nestled right up here on this rock. Quite similar to Italy back home. The way they'd build. Just throw a house wherever they could. I believe this is Di Pietro Street. Again, homes just crammed side by side. Some of the old artwork. In the old days, guys used to pour their own cement and stuff. And then we have this street. I forget what it was called. This is where the Topazzini Bakery was. I'll show you that in a second. Roughly where I think it was. I remember coming out here as a kid flipping donuts with a wooden stick at the Topazzini Bakery. Good times. Now, if I had to guess, I would say the bakery was in this lot here. Because I remember standing outside the bakery and looking up at this thing when I was a kid. And I'm thinking, well, if it ever fell down, where on earth am I going to run? It's so huge. It's the tallest structure in the world, I believe, for a little while. Till, CN Tower and all these other towers were built. That was due to the, again, the sulfur. It was better to let it out way up there. Mother said that as a child, she'd walk to school and the sulfur clouds were so thick you could barely breathe. Because, they had tiny, short little stacks. And it just didn't get up high enough to blow it away. And if there wasn't a lot of wind, as there usually isn't first thing in the morning and overnight, yeah, the sulfur just sort of creep down to ground level and float above the ground, barely. One more landmark before I close this one out. The bakery actually could have been right here, because I remember there was a house across the street, and that's the only house across the street. Yeah, so it could have been right here. There's Venice Street. Actually, I'll go by Uncle Guido's too. But first, we're going to go see where I first drove a car with Shelly. Mother ran in here. It's called the Lucky 7 now. It's just a boarded up building, I believe. Used to be Panosi's. Little corner store up here on the hill. And there's the fire hydrant I almost hit. Because what I did was I jumped in the front seat of the car. You didn't have car seats back in the day. And I was driving, so I just shifted it into, I don't know, whatever gear. I was a kid. And yeah, it started rolling into this here fire hydrant. The good days. Good old days. And we'll go down this street. Driving cab. I picked this guy up here. 5 Genoa. That's what this street's called. Genoa. Such a hard street to find that when they call you on the cab, they say, just look for the Italian flag that says Genoa. And there it is. That's how you know this is Genoa Street. And now, as far as Guido's place is concerned, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was this one here. And I don't know if it was, this is door 3, this is door 2. I forget where it was. I'm pretty sure he was on the front here. I think you walked right into door 2. Go see Uncle Guido. On Dorright Street. And what does that say? Let's go take a look at that. Yeah, there I am. Yep. It's pretty tall. Remember when my father was working at Inco, he got me on site one night for his shift. Played around with a front end loader, and he was driving dump truck, and we drove right underneath this super stack here. It's huge. Oh. To commemorate the Italian people who settled up the hill and developed a unique community with Inco and the people of Coppercliff circa 1900. Nice. And if you take a really good look at this rock, you can see the minerals in it. This is what they're mining. Copper, pyrite, iron. Yeah, and they're still going strong. The minerals in the deposit in this area, in and around Sudbury, are very rich. The telltale sign was when they first came through here. I believe it was the railroad tracks were coming through. They noticed the rust in the rocks, and upon further examination, they found it very, very high in iron ore and other minerals. Thus, Sudbury, the city of Sudbury, Coppercliff, for Crying out loud, that almost looks like gold right there. Interesting. Okay. Hey, look at that. It's even got a bus route. We'll take one more look at the stack. Thing's enormous. And I'm out.